What's up, everybody? It's Jules MT here to give you a video about trading with the blues. Trading in the direction of the blues is the main topic. I'm going to go over the pound USD, and then the USD CAD. And the USD CAD. Basically, I've been taking these pairs. This is pretty much what I do whenever I get into the room. And I'm going to maximize this. And I like making videos because it's also like helps finalize my strategy in the sense of what I'm doing. Not necessarily it's just like my strategy, but it's just how I've been trading and it's been going really well. So this is what I've been doing. So I look at the GU and the pound USD. You always want to look at the long terms first. And I see that we have a blue going to the downside. It looks just like it's going to touch the 1 hour orange road. And it's at the top of the bands, outside the bands. And I see the trend is going to the upside. You got to recognize the trend is going up. Up here, it looks like the trend can come down. So this is another good trade. Whenever I go down to my shorter time frames, I see that it's just at the bottom of the high chart. So I know from experience that it has to go up to this high chart 59. And I mean, I'm dang willing to bet that since this is already a move that has been going in second moves, I can put like a sell limit at 58, and just take the trade there. But anyways, this is what we wait for. We don't take the 54. We wait for it to get to the top of the band and boom. Okay, then we look at the USD CAD. USD CAD is already going down right now as we speak, but you look at the USD CAD and it's bouncing from the bottom of the band. You have the signal, the blue signal, and the super take you to the 1 hour orange road. You look at these charts here, and you see that it was going up. Yeah, that's what happened. And so this is reacting off the 1 hour orange road and going to the downside. So what it's doing, what you want to do here is the pound USD, you know it's going down. What you want to do here, the USD CAD, you want to wait for this trade because it's already in transaction of going to the downside. Now I know you could have got in at 47 because I know it's going to go to 40 and you get 5 pips. But what I'm working on is not a strategy for 5 pips. I'm working on more of a longer term 10, 20, 30 plus pips strategy. And obviously they all go like this, and this is what I've been seeing. So I'm just putting my thoughts to paper, to video. So pretty much what happens is that the GU goes to 58 right here, and then the USD CAD goes to 40. Now this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Now watch what happens here. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Boom, pink arrow here. Boom, flip down. So all in this between time, it was at the top of the bands here. You have your pink arrow here. Now continue watching and look what happens with the momentum bars. So even if you waited for this trade, if you waited for momentum, let's say you got 55 and 43. Boom. So the strategy is I am adopting this from Pipsays. Basically, what you want to do is take more than 5 pips. And you want to take it from band to band. So if I took it from this top of the 58 here, I want to be at least going to the bottom of the band. But knowing that I have a 1 hour signal, it has to be more of a, or like where I'm going to, where am I heading to. I have to have that confidence that I don't know whenever I'm taking my trade from this high point that is not going to go past it. And since that high point, I'm taking it from the highest point that it allows me. This is what the band said. And I need to go to the 1 hour orange road. And that's where I need to have my take profit to. And that's where I say I have my strategy is 10, 20, 30 pips. Now let's look at the UC. How do you know the UC is going to the upside? Well, because whenever I look at the blues on the 15 and the 30 and even the 1 hour, I see that they haven't touched the top of the bands. And the whole strategy, in the sense of it, is going bands to bands, bands to bands, bands to bands, right? But you just can't skip the bands in between. You just can't skip the 5 minute band. You just can't skip the 15-minute orange road. You can't just skip bands. So as you see this one, this 15-minute signal went up to the band. Yes, awesome. This one went up to the orange road. Yes, awesome. But as you see, it's starting to point up. So what are you looking for? You're looking for this one to touch the top of the band. And so what you do there is basically, hey, you move your take profit, and then you just move it up, you know. And once it gets in those bands and you get in those 10 plus pips, you want to throw in some trailing stop loss. But you have to break the bands. You have to know where you're going. And these are with the blues. And here goes another little 10 pipper. This is just for, I mean, I do this all the time. So whenever I'm looking at this right here, and it's at 46, I have a 1 hour signal, and I feel like it still has a little bit more to go. So at this point, if it's right here, and I just take the trade because it's not necessarily done. The 15-minute band came up, it flipped up. Yep. So that was it was already down here. Now it's flipped up. So we know that price has been met, and about a little bit more, this is gonna turn. So I actually take this to the downside, and let's move on. So once you get this yellow, the yellow appears at right here. The yellow appears, so that's where you should be out the trade. That was the last trade, and then you can see it's not breaking it anymore, right? It's not breaking it anymore, and then boom. Why is it not breaking it anymore? The band came up and met the price at 28. The 15-minute band. It came up. It's on the 1 hour orange road. It is not want anymore. The trend is up. So this is the up moves, right? Now the thing about the USD CAD is that you have the trend for the USD CAD. The major overall trend is down, right? But whenever you're looking closely, the 1 and 4 hour, it just looks like it was going up here, and you had a 4 hour signal, 8 hour signal, and a daily. So you're not really supposed to be going against those signals. So what you don't want to do is that whenever you see trades with this going like this with the blues, you don't want to do this. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to look at this right here and think, since this blue just popped up and you have all these signals here, it's at the top of the bands. What you don't want to do is try to take this down in the sense of with the daily and the 8 hour against you. And also, you might as well wait for momentum at this point. Why are blues popping up in the blue? I mean, it's really, really tricky. The band is flipped down, right? You're at the 4 hour orange road. It looks like it's at the 8 hour orange road. And then you got blues and everything, and it's just not going down. You just got to be careful because of the momentum and things. You gotta know. I'm gonna show you what momentum and what trending blues look like after this. And then, so this GU goes up, and then look, you get your green, and you basically wait for this to get to the top of the bands, 70, 80, boom. You just take it down up there, and then since GU is going to the upside, you can see it's starting to flip up. This is just another move. Boom, 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 boom. It's going back with the trend. The USD CAD is going to go down once it hits the top again. So basically, every single time it hits the top, you have to have good entry because it's going to go down with the blues until that happens. Finally, like this is going out. This is going up. Boom. Finally, right? And what are we working on? We're working on taking our trades from the top of the bands from 82 and holding it to the bottom of the bands. And that'll basically help us get more pips. And at this point, whenever you're in this point, you can always look at it like I'm in the bands now. I'm always looking for another trade. Why am I looking for another trade? It's in the bands. It's hitting the 1 hour orange road. Okay, so more than likely, this is an up move. More than likely. So all I gotta do is wait for the right signals, and I get them. And then they go up. And I think that's all I want to talk about in this video. I could talk about the blues appearing right here. and how that was a good first move. But so like these blues, you got the 1 hour, and it's finally out all outside the bands and everything like that. Like, I mean, it's a really good trade. That's a really good trade. It's outside the bands. You know, you got your pink and your momentum, so that was a major key into all that. And then once it got to the top, you know, you were just taking it to the downside. All right, so the last part I gotta say is look at these blues on the 15. You see this? Look at these blues on the USD CAD, how it's going up, what it's against, and then look at these blues on the USD CAD. As you see, these blues don't have a 4 hour, 8 hour. It has a daily super, yes. But this time, since it doesn't have those signals, look at the story. It has a daily super. Oh, it brought it to the orange road in the 8 hour to the top of the band. It's at the top of the bands here. You know, I got blues here that worked, and it's at the top. It broke the bands and got a blue. Now, keep in mind, this blue on here didn't just show up. The blue on the USD CAD was like a blue that appeared after it kept going. So as you see, this is boom, blue appeared. So blue appeared there. That's when the blue appeared with momentum. That's the difference between the two, between this one and this one. This has +8 green momentum going against this blue, even though the trend long term is down, but the current 8 hour daily signals aren't done yet. You're still having more pushage, and this is why you got to be smart about trading the blues. You got to have your momentum, wait for your momentum, because whenever you start taking these trades, trending blues, and you get it at the perfect entry, and you know that it's a trending blue, you open TP that, and if look, I open take profit blues all the time. I take more than 10 pips all the time. I take more than 15, 20 pips all the time. I just want to do it consecutively where that's all I'm doing. And I am doing it. That's why I'm making the video, just to show y'all. And this is a move. So from 30 to 90 is 40 pips. And actually it goes more. So even right here at the orange road, this is perfect. Like whenever you see moves like this with empty charts, and you see moves like it goes hits the 15-minute orange road, and you look at the signals and you be like, oh man, the trend is still down and whatever, and you get an 8 hour signal up here. I mean, yeah, you just take that for what it is, and you just take that down because it is a 5-minute orange road bounce. And so, what do we learn? Just that when we see trending blues, open TP them, and you know, like for this 15-minute, 27 to 67 should be like my goal. I know it seems far. I know it seems far. And I know like afterwards we see it go to 73. Okay, I know right here you could have lost. I mean, not lost, but you could have got out and then got back in for some more pips, right? All it is just seeing where you want to go and go that way. All right, y'all. I hope that has been helpful. I really hope so. Jules MT is out.